This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutation, viewers. Vauldemare back here in the midst of an undead barrage. I mean, hello. In the last episode, we were in the frozen wastelands of the Snow Spire, and we'd basically were continuing our quest to stop the summoners. Let's see, where is it? All the way up here. Whatever, we can so do it. There we go. Yeah, all the way up here in Snow Spire, talked to the oracles, and, well, got their signs. Well, we got their signs before, but you know what I mean. And we talked to them, and apparently we need 3 hero souls to defeat the summoners, who apparently are controlled by Jack somehow. Who knows how he did, but Jack's back, baby. Anyway, before we do that, we did a couple things. We took out 2 of the heroes' souls, because we're evil and we don't want to actually use old souls. We took out Thunder, finally, putting him to rest after all these years. We stole his title and his woman, and she's still back home. So yay for bad guy us. And we also took out Briar Rose, a fiery information gatherer, but her uses were gone, and we didn't need to read how to get the rest of it done, like how to beat the summoners. We can figure that out on our own. Besides, Jack apparently is helping us out. But before we take out the 3rd and final hero, the guildmaster himself, yeah, who knew that was going to happen? I wanted to take care of some small details before we leave. So right now I'm at the cliffside path, which is I keep finding stuff because they keep respawning, so I can't stop anything about that. But this is back where we had to save our mom back at Bargate Prison. Basically, if you just go to the if you go to the Lynch Yard, Graveyard, go through the Demon Door, keep following it, right before you get to the prison, we have Cliffside. The reason we want to go here is because we missed something. Back here in the upper corner, I must have missed this while I was running around. I don't know how I missed it when I was doing the quest, but we get a silver key. 1 more to go, and we'll have the final 30, so let's teleport out of here. Oh, by the way, this place is a really good place to level, or skill grind if you want to, max out your stats, because they just keep respawning, and you can easily get your combat multiplier up into the 20s onwards, which would make it a lot faster, and especially if you have a weapon that has experience gathering on it, because then you get I think it's like a quarter more or something like that if you have an experience augmentation on. But anyway, we don't want to fight these guys. We just want to get the final key. I don't know how, well, I know how I probably missed this one that's up ahead, but I can understand, or I can't understand missing the other one, because I was programmed to play this game to dig in spots that have open holes around like mushrooms and stuff like that. But I must have been just too busy with dealing with the undead at the time to pay attention to that. But oh well, at least we'll finally be able to get the final key, get the chest, and open that final demon door of the game. I guess I could have gotten these off screen, but I wanted to show you how I could get to them, and I probably could have cut to when I grabbed the key instead of that, but I feel like in some cases you need to show your progress. You know, back in math, gotta show your progress, otherwise you don't get the credit for it. Even though I was never very good at showing my process of getting the answer. Although you should, because obviously, how do you get to that? It's like solving a puzzle without knowing how you're supposed to answer it, but you just somehow get it. It's kind of it definitely bugs me, because you're just like, well, how'd I figure it out? I want to know. Otherwise, what's the point of the puzzle? And no, I'm not going to the Temple of Avo. I'm just going to the Witch Forest Gate. Which actually, while we're here, I might as well do one other thing. Since I'm going to try to show how to get the Temple of Scorn ability, but
good day,
yes,
hero.
I do need
If you need someone to fight evil by your side, I'm your man.
One of the 4 hierarchies of the game. Sure.
Excellent. There is true honor in work. When you're done with my services, just talk to me again. Lead the way.
I forgot how. Okay, so you just pay him, but anyway, I only want to get this hireling just to show a point later on, but luckily he'll follow up with me pretty well. Hireling AI is definitely a lot better than other AI in the game, for sure. I think it's here, yeah. Witchwood Lake is where we get the final... Well, technically the final key would have been in the Necropolis way back, like a couple episodes ago, but, yeah. Anyway, if we go up here to the statue, which I guess I missed it because I wasn't standing close enough or something, but yeah, if you get right under the thing, dig, it'll give you the final key of the, well, you know what I mean, one of the keys, but Anyway, that's number 30. So now, let's go to Is it Lostwood Bay? I think it is. Yeah, the Lost Bay. That'll get us the final key, or the final chest, and then we can open up the demon door. Because now that we've gotten every single silver key chest in the game, we won't need the keys anymore. So, nice little last little demon door to get rid of those keys that you don't technically need anymore. Yeah, especially the hirelings should be following you. Probably to do what I'm going to do with the Temple Swarm is you probably should eventually hire all the hirelings. But unfortunately, I haven't maxed out my morale to max good to get this right, so I probably won't be able to show it on screen. But, I mean, frankly, the reward at this point isn't important to me. I should have done it during the course of the game, but, oh well. Anyway, let's grab that. Yeah, every so many minutes or so, 20 gold gets taken away from you for the hireling, but we don't worry about that too much. All right, let's open up the final chest, silver chest of the game, and see what we get for it. The Avenger! Assemble? Oh, and a lot of gems, too. Ooh. Hello. Nice. You need some money to sell them all. Alright, let's check this weapon out. It's gotta be the best weapon in the game for needing all the silver keys, right? Whether good or bad? The Avenger. It's not as good. Okay. It's probably good if you're playing a good path, you know, because then you won't have the Sword of Aeons or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, the 180 damage, lightning, and flame augmentation, light weapon. This mythical weapon, or no, it's mystical. The mystical weapon belonged to Weldon, a hero whose family and home were ripped to pieces by demonic creatures. Weldon made a bargain with a necromancer. He would trade his life for a sword strong enough to kill every last one of those beings. The hero's heart was placed in the center of the blade, and when his revenge was complete, it became a part of the steel, as Weldon's lifeless body fell to the ground. That's cool and all, but it's not as good a weapon as the Sword of Aeons. But like I said, if you don't have the Sword of Aeons because you did a true good path, then it's probably a pretty good blade. But you can't. It's almost hard to be good in a. Let's see. I forgot. Can we travel in the Necropolis? No, I didn't think we could. Okay, where's the? There's a. Okay, let me map scroll, please. There we go. What's the spot that you can travel right before it? So it's over here. So the Archon Shrine I want to go to? That's actually, we'd probably just go up on foot. Yeah, it is hard to do the good ending to the vanilla storyline and not get... Well, okay, originally when Fable ended, right when you beat Jack of Blades and you got the weapon, choosing either path would be fine because all you do after the end of the game is finishing a random side quest or whatever, but there was no story past that, so doing good or bad was either whatever you felt like doing at the time. But with the Lost Chapters added a few extra sections to the game, it's almost hard not doing the evil choice because you can get the best weapon. Although, really, the way this game's built, I mean, you don't really need the best weapon in the game. You have spells and other ways to get around that, but I don't know, just I mean, there's some obvious ways to play a game to get the most potency and the most effective build for it, but I don't know, this game, there are ways to do more damage, like through base weapons and armor, but I don't know, after a while, armor, for example, armor isn't important as much if you have just a crap load of potions to use, stuff like that. I don't know. It's like a weapon, for example, if you boost up all your spells, weapon isn't as important. And you can augment certain weapons to make them close to what you wanted. Oh well, whatever. Anyway, let's go to the... I was about to say, why did I stop there? Because, yeah, it looks like my Harley's taking forever in a day because I use time stop and it doesn't work on them, so... He should be able to still follow me into the Necropolis fine. It's other followers that have issues with following you. Like, they have to be almost, like, right behind you for your normal people are following you, but if it's your Harley, I think... Yeah, they just pop with you, so it's not a big deal. Alright, let's open up this final demon door and see what rewards are inside for giving them all of our keys. For giving them silver. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. It's so much more worth than silver and gold. Anyway, let's skip that. Alright, since we've got opened all the silver chests in the game, we do not need these, so we can get rid of them for good. Here you go, buddy.
Yes, very good. And your keys over there.
Alright then. Yep. I have a safe spot just in case.
Silver keys. Welcome to Dirty. Thank you, you may pass.
At least the game gives you asks you twice just to make sure, because you lose all your keys. That's it. So if you didn't get all 30 keys and got the final chest, you're kind of SOL'd. So you'd have to basically either load up a hold save spot if you have it. Hopefully you do, or you're just have to play the whole game over again. I don't think it's worth replaying the whole game just if you miss on one chest. Like I said, the adventure isn't even that great anyway. Oh, okay. Huh. It's a little secluded island with a treasure chest and a sunken ship off in the distance. What do we get for our final reward of the game that isn't quest-based? The Bereaver. Ooh. It looks pretty salty and spiky. Let's see what this gets us. Where is it? The Bereaver. Ooh. It is physically... Actually, I think it's physically the strongest weapon in the game. That's not a... That's a single-handed... Oh, it's a heavy weapon. It's the best heavy weapon in the game, I guess. The origins of this broadsword are soaked in mystery as well as blood. Though it is thought to have been wielded by one of the guild's most evil heroes, no record has been found of his name. Perhaps Jack? Some say it belonged not to a man but to a demon, and that is why it gleams with the fires of hell. The only bad thing is that it doesn't have, like, mana augmentation, health augmentation, and experience augmentation, so... Or it just has health, sorry. I'm misreading. But anyway, so... Although it has 2 spots for augmentation, so technically it is the best weapon in the game. I'll keep the Sword of Aeons on just for... You know, because I did murder my sister to get it, so it has a special place in my blackened heart for it. But that's it. The best weapon in the game is... Well, I guess that's subjective, but you know what I mean. You get one of the possibly best weapons in the game, depending on your playstyle. The Bereaver. I thought it said beaver for a second. I'm like, oh, we're going in that direction, huh? Alright. Before we tackle taking on the guildmaster to finish the game, let me show you how you're supposed to... let's see if I can just go there manually. I should have made a recall point here, but I didn't. So we need to go... Let's see. Man, I really wish there was just a quicker way to go through. I don't get it. I like all the places. The Temple Squirm is the one that's the most annoying to get back to out of all of them for some reason. Like, there's no really good spot for it. Oh yeah, I technically could still do the quest line to find out about Lady Grey, but perhaps if I was playing a good run, I probably would have done it. I thought about doing it for near the end, just to finally finish off with Lady Grey, but it's like, you know what? My character is evil. He technically doesn't care about that. And he's like, his basic mentality is I married a hottie, back off, you know, and I don't care what she did, even though she probably murdered us in our sleep when we got too old or too nosy or whatever. But although, because of the way the programming of this game works, she becomes basically not as important and generic after marrying her. I kind of like I have a lot of issues with the game, despite me liking it. But one of the few things is like the marriages, not being able to do much with them after the fact. Like a lot of things in a lot of games, at least in the early ages, getting married was just an end goal, but never working at it or getting anything more out of it. I mean, obviously, this is before modern gaming, so they could only do so much. So, you know, marrying your spouse or whatever, or whoever you do it, you know, that's it. But I don't know. Like I said, I kind of wish Lionhead Studios was around so they could, like, maybe do a reboot of their series and actually try to implement all the stuff they actually wanted to, without people making up stuff or forcing them to speed it up or whatever. But unfortunately, that's in a perfect world. In the real world, it doesn't work like that because you have production, studios, money, time, vested interest, local interest, and you know, technology changing too commonly, and you know, at some point you just have to decide what are we going to leave in and take out, and when are we actually going to release this sucker? Because you could end up being like what was it? Too Human, which took forever to make, and by the time it came out, is too behind the times, and didn't get any recognition, and it wasn't that great for the most part. It had some interesting ideas, but it didn't. It just didn't work out as well as it could. So, all right. Anyway, this is what we were going to, the Chapel of Scorn, so we could show you. I can show you how you could try to earn the title. I think you earned the title Necromancer a few years shaved off your life, so you're a bit younger, and the Scorn Bow. Obviously, the best time to do this is at midnight, which is basically right in the middle of the night cycle right here. Obviously, since I'm probably not going to be able to, since I'm probably too evil already, and a bunch of other things, I probably won't be able to get it. Because if you're like max good and you do this, you have a higher chance of getting the title and everything. But
Good. A fresh donation.
Anyway, when you want to kill someone, you talk to this dude, and they'll sacrifice him
follower
for you.
shall be the chosen one.
Yeah, do you want to sacrifice? Yes, please.
The die is cast. The means of sacrifice has been determined. Ah, yes. For this one, I think, the rope engine.
That sounds nefarious. Goodbye, hireling. I paid you 100 gold, I think, overall. It was totally worth it. Hey, you said rope thing. We didn't actually get to see it. Jip.
That pittance is of little use. Do try harder next time.
It would be better if you had more followers, or I was like a pure good character, because then you get more of a reaction out of them because of that. But yeah, after you sacrifice so many people, or if you sacrifice so many people or whatever, you eventually get the Bow Scorn, title Necromancer, and a few years shaved off your life. So that's what I wanted to show, how you're supposed to do that. It's easier when you get just like a ton of people at once and just take them all there about midnight. Is probably the best time to do that. So anyway, let's go to the... Other than that, I think all the quests and everything are done. So let's go to the Heroes Guild and get the final soul. At least the evil way to get the final soul is to finally take out the guildmaster. I have another quest card. Well, I have a quest card for you. Your death, guildmaster. This is what you get for talking to me all this time, like Navi from Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. It was annoying then, it's annoying now. Hey, listen. Hey, you got a new quest card. Shut up.
Oh, welcome back, sir. This place has been a mess since you left. People running around with bits of old paper, books flying everywhere.
Okay.
The guildmaster's only gone and holed himself up in the guild woods.
Uh-huh.
We're not supposed to let anyone near him.
We
Oh,
found
but I don't
it.
trust it,
The
right?
soul mentioned in the inscription. It must be Nostro. His soul has been trapped in the Litchfield graveyard for centuries. Our
Oh,
text
yeah.
suggests it should be in the graveyard circle, you know, where you found the tunnel to Bargate Prison.
Catching souls? Never heard such nonsense.
Well, good luck, hero.
So that's the good way to do it, is to basically release the soul of that Nostro guy that we used a long time ago to find our mom. But, obviously...
Nostro's soul will be perfect, and maybe he can finally get some peace.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and do that right now. Where are you going, hero? I gotta use the bathroom. Yeah. Or, if you want to get this done right now and be an evil hero, then yeah, it makes sense that being evil is taking the easy way and being good is taking the hard way. So, hey, Guildmaster, I got some questions for you. Oh, you can't... Actually, you know what? This almost doesn't make sense, because the whole idea that the Guildmaster has always been mentally following you throughout your whole journey. So,
Stop there, hero! Do not come any closer!
hey, I saved the world, dude. Even though I did it evilly, but I still saved the world. What, I'm not allowed to go see the Guildmaster? I am like the only hero left. Eh. I don't want to mess with it. Oh, the evil way would be to kill them all, but I'm like, nope. Don't want to. Because I want to kill the Guildmaster. Right? I'm so anxious. I want to kill the Guildmaster. Where is he? There he is. Hey,
I still remember
Guildmaster.
the night you were brought to us, my lad.
Yep.
I knew even then what great potential you had, what great things you would accomplish.
I
Such
think
a
it's
pity
ironic.
It has to end like this. Can't you see Jack is using you to destroy the guild? I can't allow you to do this. Gods!
You know, you're the one who allowed freedom amongst heroes to do whatever they want. So you should have seen this coming, that one day you'd be taken out by the very idea of freedom for heroes to hero as they do. What's the word? What's the term? You know what? It's been forever and a day since I fought the guildmaster in the evil way, or I mean, you know what I mean, in the evil pathway. Yeah, it seems like the guildmaster. I guess so. Take out all these dudes. Well, not too bad. I got plenty of health and healing potions. I wonder if I'm supposed to. But yeah, basically the guildmaster is beating them up. Alright, where are you, guildmaster? I'm gonna zap you silly. I thought he was around here somewhere. Oh, there he is.
You're making a terrible mistake. Think of what you're doing.
I'm making the most rational decision of my life. Here's another quest card for you. Hey, go meet the guild. You will pay for all your insolence, Mr. Guildmaster. Hey, you said we had the freedom to be either good or evil, and you never stopped me at all during this whole time. Your own idea that I would choose the freedom to not stop Jack is your own folly, mister.
Guildmaster, soon your health will be low.
You know what? Maybe me and Jack, maybe we're just comrades in arms, you know, because he seems to get me, despite the fact that he killed my mom and everything like that, and tortured me for a year. But you know, and he wanted me to kill my rival / wanted lover, although it never actually happened. That's his mind canon. He ships himself in Whisper. God damn it!
I knew he was a coward, but you are the biggest disappointment of all. You have been given too much power, and it has corrupted you.
What first
But it isn't
ticked you
too
off?
late to turn back. Stop this now, and there is still hope for you, for all of us. Please, let me teleport you to the graveyard. Take Nostro's soul instead.
Wow, the game really wants you to try and do the other way. They're giving you one last chance. They're like, please do the good path. Except the guildmaster's offering to teleport. Why do all that work and then decide not to do it? You know, I don't. No.
Very well, hero. Do your worst. I am no defenseless old man. I have powers that you can't begin to.
Oh, that's hilarious. That was pathetic. Gimme. I actually applaud that. I like that. He's like, I have no feeble. It's just like the Avengers when Hulk beats the crap out of Loki. Oh, that was one of the best parts of the whole movie. And I like the movie overall.
The Guildmaster's
All right, the final
death was an unnecessary sacrifice, but now you have the final soul. You must return to the shrine.
All right, let's do it. Before we go to the shrine, I want to check one more thing before we put all the souls to use against that. I might have to split this episode up into two because I'm not sure, because I am really close to the end of the game. Like, as soon as we enter the souls, that's pretty much it. Although the only reason is because we're kind of almost at the time, so I may just split the episode into this single episode into two instead of breaking it off. The only reason I'm doing this is because I want to check and see if the if the oracles have anything extra add. Because, you know, you can talk to them once and get some info out of them, but I wonder if you can still kind of keep doing that. I just want to check really quick. If I can, maybe I'll do, I don't know, maybe I'll do something bonus for it or something. Depends on how I'm feeling at the time. But anyway, if we... Alright, let's use those expressions again. Was it under alignment? Let's see what this...
I know some interesting things about the necropolis.
Yeah, I think that's new. Yeah, I don't think I
The
remember
place
seeing
they call the necropolis was not always a city of ghosts and relics. It was once as thriving as any town, and its people as peaceful and content as any other.
Like all good towns before the shit hits the fan.
There was one among them who was not so satisfied with this life, and bargained the fate of his city in exchange for wealth and power with entities too powerful to comprehend.
Ah, man after my own heart.
The very next day, the riches he had desired were his, but he wasn't able to enjoy them for long.
Aw, really?
Vast force from beyond this world swept the city and wrought utter devastation so swiftly that the dead didn't realize they were no longer among the living.
That would surprise me too.
Still wander the streets, shadows of their former selves, forever condemned by the avarice of one man.
So that's why the necropolis says undead all the time. So it looks like there is like extra dialogue for each one. I don't know how much. We'll find out. Oh, okay. Is there only one extra one per one? Huh. That can't be right. Maybe I did it wrong. No. Let me try another expression. See if maybe I'm just highlighting it wrong. Hey, quit trying to flirt with me, random girl. Okay. Huh. That... It should... Okay, this is weird. It should... Okay, it's not letting me do it.
Have you heard?
Yeah, I know that, but for some reason... I was trying to. It's not working for some reason. Huh. Okay, let's try it again. There we go.
Let's see.
I don't know why I didn't do it before.
Let's discuss the ship of the drowned.
Yeah, that's a new one too. Wow, alright. I guess I won't have to split this episode. I'll just cut it at my usual time and then spend some of the episode doing the rest of this. Because I think this is... Well, I mean, it depends on how interested you are in the world of Fable, I guess.
When the Old Kingdom constructed the Hook Coast Lighthouse, they did so to house a magical item known as the Fire Heart.
Which we used to get here,
The
yes.
beating of its powerful pulse summoned a ship from the depths of time, sunken for millennia, with a crew of whispers.
We've done this already.
This
Go
ship
on.
could carry the traveler to any part of the world, no matter how remote or inaccessible.
Which is how we got here.
But it would take a steely soul to withstand the desperate solitude of the journey.
Well, I did grow a massive beard, so there's that. So, all right, let's see if we can get maybe like one more before we finish the episode. I think. I don't know if I'll try to find every little thing about this.
It's been so long since I told anyone about
I don't know if I'll do every single option on here, or maybe just a
the
good deal then.
singing sword.
I don't think he's told me about that
One of Albion's oldest fables is the tale of a sword whose enormous powers were matched only by the perfect pitch voice with which it would sing battle songs.
Kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit. Oh,
But in some versions of the myth, it was its dreadful lack of tune that would defeat whole armies.
so a singing sword that was tone deaf? That makes
This
sense.
has led some scholars to believe that the tale has its root in Temens, the worst bard ever to exist.
Worst bard ever.
Who once killed an old hero by regaling him with a monstrously bad melody.
I can see that.
Unfortunately, it is only a fable, and such a sword has never existed.
Roll credits. Alright, huh. So, if the Oracle says it's not real, then it isn't real. So, looks like we've done a truly bad deed today. Finally gotten the last of the silver keys, opened the final chest, opened the door to get some treasure, and finally killed the guildmaster. The guild will no longer be the place it once was without any leadership. I think I'm fine with that because I want to be the only hero ever, whether it be good or ill. So, in the next and final episode of Fable, we'll use the 3 heroes' cells to defeat the Jack once more and the summoners so we can take over the world. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.